Hello, Kyle. I'm here. I got another video for you. I hope you enjoy, so let's get into it.
I'm divorced. I thought I'd be happier, except the judge set the child support amount at $326 a month. $326 a month for 2 kids for child support is what he has to pay me. $326 a month because he's not working, because he chooses not to. I was able to cross-examine him, which was fun. And I asked him how many hours a week he spends working or trying to sell houses, because technically he still has a real estate license, so technically he's still a realtor. He said 15 hours a week, approximately.
Well, he chooses to work. You chose to be with him. So you're getting legitly 25% of what he gets. And that's just what you get. But really, she should be more for the kids, less about the money. Like, money, it's kind of makes the world go around, but you should not depend on it from others. Do it yourself. Get your own job.
Is how many hours he works per week. Grown man. Grown, able-bodied man with transportation and no childcare to worry about. Says he works 15 hours a week, which I think is kind of a high estimate. I'd put it more at like 0 hours per week. So $326 a month for 2 kids. Fun, right? And this is after I was super gracious and let him keep his parenting time. The guardian ad litem recommended 0 parenting time for dad.
Well, okay, 0 parenting time. And yet he works 0 hours, so you should be thankful that you even get money. Like, I don't understand on how much these modern women want one thing in the world.
You know, I'm very free, and you know what I'm saying. But I got modes, so it's balanced. I think the problem is that nudity is being demonized. This is considered the creme de la creme. Those award shows ain't for the ratchets. It's not for the riffraff. It's the most beautiful and talented and richest people in the fucking world in that segment. So we're not around here like being canvases for the streets. We're canvases amongst the elite. Right. So it's not giving the same message. So,
it's my turn to talk. I let you talk that for 5 minutes. Let me tell you something. There ain't no way in hell. I don't care if you a nudist, a Brutus, or a Buddhist, goddammit. You gonna walk out this house with your goddamn titties and nipples out that I paid for. Because most likely I'd have paid for them titties. I bought the goddamn outfit. So there's no way in hell my woman is gonna sit here and broadcast some shit that I have to pay top dollar for. Because guess what? When you sleep at night, that bed, I pay for it. That house that we live in, I pay for it. That goddamn that's fat, the food that went in to make it fat, I pay for it. And you think that you got to give everybody a free goddamn view for fashion? I say, go back to the pot mill. Ain't no nudity. I'm the nigga that get the nudity. You can be a nudist at the goddamn house in the bedroom.
Yeah, I don't understand why she's just like, oh, is such against it, even though if you look back, let's say 20, 30 years ago, it was more against such nudity in comparison to nowadays. Nowadays is more frequent, more common, more skins hanging out. Like, everything is just more.
So let me just get this straight. In the last few years, a biological male has been named Woman of the Year on several magazine covers. A biological male is referenced as a top-ranking female in our White House. A biological male was named the NCAA Women's Swimmer of the Year. A biological male is making tens of thousands of dollars being the face of womanhood for Nike, for Tampax, for Bud Light, for Kate Spade, and countless other companies. A biological male took home the award for Best Actress at the Golden Globes. Are we really still trying to make the case that feminism supports women when the feminists are completely silent and or cheering on biological men taking over the space of women? Somebody spell this out for me.
Social conditioning is incredibly harmful.
That's not how that works. But just in general, okay, you got biological male, you got female, transgender, whatever. Who cares? But at the same time, if that one person's able to do it, then let them do it. And feminists are not staying quiet about such things because they want to have their spot, like they want to be right. They have a little other stuff on their mind.
Easy. Oh, I'm just really realizing that my marriage is over and it's really bad. Oh, I'm really sad.
Well, don't know what happened. She's possibly cheated. We need more context.
Even though I don't want to be with him anymore, there is a part of me that wants him to still want to be with me. And when I kind of think about like what gets me upset, or why am I so sad about certain things, you know, of him wanting to also go through with the divorce, you know, if I don't want to be with him. My problem is not that I don't value myself or I don't have self-love. I think if I didn't, I would continue to be in this relationship. And I feel like this found awareness of myself and the self-love has brought me to this point of wanting to get the divorce and move on and find someone or many someones that fulfill me, more.
Sound like that man about to be free, and you can go out to the streets and find those many someones you want to find.
Well, that guy said it for himself. Many someones that she wants to find. She said it as well.
I really do not even know how to begin talking about everything. I found out about the cheating after a really bad argument that we had. And in this argument, the things that he was saying didn't really correlate with the life that we were living. The year previous to me finding out about the cheating, we were trying to start a family. And we were very happy. We were accomplishing things that we never imagined of accomplishing. So we were living a very happy life. So I don't really know where to switch to being unhappy. The argument consisted of a lot of manipulation into making me believe that me asking for the bare minimum was unheard of and disgusting and something that I should have been ashamed of. I was so ashamed that I ended up writing him a 2-page letter, begging him for forgiveness. I read him this letter. He forgave me. And he just fell asleep so soundly that I knew that there was more to it, and I decided to go through his phone. When going through his phone, I found out everything. It was right in front of me, and I saw my world crumbling in front of me. It was messages between him and women. It was messages between him and his friends with screenshots of the conversations of him and women. It was voice recordings. It was Google translation, because he didn't know how to say it in English, so he was translating it into English so that it could make sense when he was flirting in English. And my whole life just flashed before my eyes. It was the most traumatic thing that I could have ever experienced. And when we chose to try to make it work, I thought we were both going to work, and it wasn't. I was spending my nights praying over him and begging God and pleading with God to repair my marriage, while he was continuously lying to me and still making a fool out of me in every way possible. He was not giving me any reasons to trust him. It was just not being reciprocated, and I was fighting alone. It all hit a climax when I found out more lies and more things that he was being untruthful about and unfaithful. And he looked at me in the eyes and he told me, "I do not know how to respect you." I picked up my things, I left. And the hardest part, I thought at the time, was living with him, trying to repair my marriage while he just discarded me like trash. But in reality, it was restarting my life, and from scratch. And it was very hard. And I made these videos not to post or for clout. I made them because I needed to heal. I needed to have something to hold on to and grasp and tell myself, you're going to be okay, and you're going to look at these and you're going to be fine. And that's exactly what this is. And it ends up that I'm not alone. And there have been many other women who, or men too, that are coming out and saying like, this has happened to me as well, and worse. It's shit. It's a shit process. It hurts. It's painful, but you grow and you get better. And while someone can destroy a part of your life, you're actually just starting a brand new book and a brand new chapter that has endless opportunities. So it's shit.
Yeah, she has a point. In which case, it doesn't matter whether you're male or female, the same stuff does happen. It's just nowadays the modern woman or even feminists tend to go overboard and make things worse, much more worse than what it should be. Like, the guy told her, "I don't know how to respect you." That could mean many different things, but we don't know as to what essentially happened between the two for that to initially happen, whether she cheated first or vice versa. But we do know that he kept cheating, he didn't respect her and everything else. It's good that she got to move on. It's good that she's coping and everything else. Like, good for her.
To do, you need to get your own life. You need to cleave away from your husband, cleave away from your children. You're not just the grandma. You're not just the wife. Well, I did it. Here I am on my new bed, my princess bed. And you know what? I felt free. I felt so excited for the first time in years. I don't know. Things aren't going that great. I miss my family. I miss being a family. Maybe it's worth just staying miserable if you get your family.
Hello, gents.
Yep.
If you
many people need to go through a divorce to figure things out like this, even though guys in general always have this thing where they rather protect the family, protect what they have, rather than throw it away to make yourself happy.
Worse, and then complaining that they're not getting enough of the man's money. And you're like looking at her like, you dingbat. First of all, nobody wants you out here on the dating market. I hate to break it to you. Like, what? Like, you FOMO'd at 50 and you got kids. Like, don't nobody want you. And on the other side, it's like, you would have had more money if you stayed with him. Okay? If you file for divorce and you don't get a payout, the only people that are going to be advocating for you and being like, no, you need to take him, sis. Get him for everything. Like, those are some toxic women. Like, probably narcissistic women. Those are some
Yeah, never listen to those women. Listen to this one. She knows what she's talking about. She's spitting some facts right here.
90% of women do regret for filing up for divorce. Yes, you didn't want to live with this man, but you really deep in your heart were not ready for the divorce and for a breakup. The true reason why this breakup and divorce happened is because you didn't have energy to influence and impact your man. Because deep in our heart, ladies, we want all to change our men to be a better version of themselves. That's all we want. We are wired for that. However, the only way you can influence your man to change is by start working on yourself. Once you change, your man gonna start sooner or later changing and reflecting you. But please know, if you are right now putting all of your effort to change him, it's not gonna go well. He will just resist and you'll have more and more arguments and fights. Resist.
Yeah, I completely agree with her, because if you try, fresh relationship, you try and get in there with him, and then try and change him over 1 or 2 months to the way that you want him to be, he's just going to dip out because it becomes not worth it. But if you end up changing to be better for him, he'll do it in return for you. That's just how it works.
Women initiate about 75% of divorces. There are multiple reasons for that. What one reason is that women are higher in trait neuroticism. They're more sensitive to negative emotion. So they feel more units of negative emotion subjectively per unit of stress. That's a way of thinking about it. And so they get unhappy faster. The world is more dangerous for them in some sense physically, but I think more importantly, they are going to bear primary responsibility for dependent infants. And if you have an infant depending on you, you should react to the world as if it's more dangerous than you might if it was just you navigating through it. More dangerous.
Yeah. I got an example. Okay. Corn to tasseling. I become of age. I want to get some extra money. But my mother was just like, oh, no, you'll find banana spiders. Those are poisonous. So tell me every single negative aspect to the point where I never even bothered doing it. Meanwhile, I'm hearing all these fun stories from the people around me and the good time that they had doing it. But with that is the last of the video. I hope you like it. So like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next one.